Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking another look at the BPS knives adventure. Stay tuned. Before we do that though, please do me a huge favor and like, share, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out what I do here at the channel every single day, and I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So, the BPS knives adventure. This is probably, if I had to pick one camp knife, one go-to belt knife for most of my adventures, this would probably be it. Why are we taking another look at it though? Well, I've been carrying this thing and I've lent it out to buddies to carry for the last 18 months. So since April of 2023 to now October 2024. And as you can see, it has seen some substantial use. Definitely had to clean it up a little bit. One of the cooler things that this knife got to do is I gave it to a buddy of mine who went on a recent deployment over to the South Pacific. And he carried it with him on and off for 6 months in the humid jungles down there. So obviously this knife has been through the ringer. I've carried it on many camping adventures and whatnot. So we're gonna take a look and test out, do the same test that I did back 18 months ago and see if this guy still holds up. Stay tuned. The first thing we're gonna do just to knock it out is the paracord test. That was a double loop, no issues there. Let's see if we can't get 4 loops going, or I guess 3. However you want to look at it, right? So 3 loops, a little bit more pressure needed. Now I will say this is no longer the factory edge on here. I have had to do some serious work on this. My buddy didn't know too much about sharpening blades, but I was able to get it back to a usable level. As you can see, that it's obviously a Scandi grind. Kind of have a secondary edge on there now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it works pretty well. Hemp rope, let's get into it. Whew, caught my thumb on my watch there. But yeah, there's one. Let's try another. Needs some pressure. It's getting hung up there right in the middle of the blade. Looks like there's a little malformity there, but there we go. Slicing is a lot better than pushing. At least that's what I've noticed. All right, let's move on to test number 3. All right, so we're gonna take a look at this before we do that final test. Obviously, it has a very nice patina on there. A little bit of surface rust. Need to go in there and hit it with some steel wool and some oil. The back edge here of the 90-degree spine has been marred up a little bit due to the use of the fire steel that comes with this knife. But I believe these are walnut or oak handles. Pretty good shape. I threw some oil, some Renaissance wax on there to keep them somewhat waterproofed. Full tank construction though. You know it, you love it. I am gonna go back in there and probably just do a deep clean, soak this guy in oil and just scrub the living hell out of it. But overall, not too bad. It still gets the job done. Okay, folks. Nothing hiding in the grass there. We're gonna do some chopping. This thing is a hell of a chopper, especially with stuff about yay thick. Probably about, you know, that thick around. Grab it out of there and we'll get to work. Oh, pretty dry. Let's grab another one here. Definitely still has that good bite that you'd expect off that Scandi. Removing a bunch of material every single time you hit it. Matter of seconds you can get through that. Try this thing. A little less dry. Definitely a thicker piece of material. It's able to get through there, relatively no issues. I mean, just for notch making too. I don't know if you can see that. In a matter of seconds I removed all that material. Finish the job. And there we go. Let's check the edge out. Okay, folks, we're gonna check out that edge. Now for the blade here, it is Scandi grind. I believe it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, a little over, I think 4.5 inches of cutting edge, about the same for the handle. I have a little over 3-inch span there from my palm and I have plenty of real estate. Let's check out that edge. I'm gonna run my thumb along the edge, not putting too much pressure, but just enough. There's a slight deformity around this transition point, but as you can see, there's a bunch of marring, patina, and whatnot. So probably be good to go back in there, and deer running behind me. Anyways, probably be good to go back in there with some ceramic rod or whatnot. But overall, the blade hasn't lost any integrity. I will say BPS does a great job with this 1066 high carbon stainless. Made in Ukraine, obviously. The one thing I will say, if you're gonna expose this thing to lots of humidity, lots of water, put some oil or wax on those walnut handle scales. Otherwise, and then you have these little bolts in here you can remove. Go in there and oil down that tang, scrub off any corrosion, because the last thing you want is this getting all nasty in here. But yeah, overall, not too bad. Let's take a look at the sheath though. So this sheath has really worn in, not worn out, I would say. The only thing I would say is a detriment to it. I have been able to wet mold it quite a bit due to its exposure, but no tension. So that is the biggest downside to this thing. But overall, it's a lot more flexible now. The dangler is what I've always used, and you're just perfect. Doesn't seem to be coming apart at all. You've got that beautiful stitching in there. No drainage hole, surprisingly, in this, which surprised me when I first got it. Definitely, you would probably want to, if both of these get wet, separate them while they dry. That way you're not developing rust or whatnot inside the sheath. But I think, honestly, for the money, it's $40 for this thing. You can't beat it. You're not going to get anything near the quality for that price here in the States, or made in the States, rather. Big old squirrel. What's up, dude? Fire steel. As you can see, it's been used quite a bit. It did come out of its wood holder here, so I just went back in there with some super glue and fixed it right up. But yeah, not too bad. So all in all, I believe the knife is done extremely well. Let's pull it out here so you guys can see it over the last 18 months. I don't plan on retiring this thing anytime soon. I'm definitely going to keep using it. We'll clean up the blade quite a bit though, but I am a big fan of that patina. I think BPS knives bring some decent quality, some really good value at that to the table. Are they the best? Are they the best quality steel? The most amazing grind? Greatest quality control? No, but you kind of get a jack of all trades, master of none. Obviously the handle scales are all wonky now. It's still usable. I mean, most of us, even if your hands are super soft, you can develop some calluses doing that. No jimping, no frills. It's just a simple bushcraft knife, something that will get the job done no matter what. I believe they go for between 40 and 50 bucks now. Every once in a while, BPS will run a sale. I apologize, it's a plane flying overhead. BPS knives will run a sale every once in a while. These guys will go down to like $35, $39. But just keep your eye out for that, especially with the holidays coming up. Who knows, you might be able to score one of these guys relatively easy. Every once in a while, they'll get a batch of like used ones will sell for on the cheap. That's how I got this one. It was like brand new though. Anyways though, would I still recommend this knife? 100%. This is still, I would say, my favorite bushcraft camp knife. If I had to pick one and go out the door today, this would probably be it. This or one of my buck knives. Anyways though, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you want to see an absolute torture test if I just beat this thing into oblivion, or what? Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you beautiful people next time.